finally, I am doing an old versus new of Blackout. The reason why this one took so long is because neither of these guys are necessarily super easy to deal with. So I kind of put it off because of that. I haven't transformed him pretty much since I got him. And this guy is just, he's got an automorph that I don't even know if mine really works right anymore. But anyways, this is the original 2007 Voyager Blackout compared to the, was it 2018 Studio Series Blackout? Man, Studio Series has been running for a long time. It is currently the longest running movie Transformers line, because all the others only last maybe a year or two. But Studio Series has been going strong for quite a few years now. And it's kind of crazy how long it's been going. Anyways, yeah, ever since this Blackout came out, the original Voyager, everyone was like, shouldn't he be bigger? Because Blackout was an absolute unit in the original 2007 movie. And it took them about a decade to agree and finally give us the the Studio Series leader class. He's still not like super huge. He's not like classic leader class size. He's modern leader class size, which means that he's not super huge. But he's still pretty big, and he's still pretty cool. So, yeah, just looking at these guys here, you can already tell which one is infinitely superior. I mean, come on. Come on. There was like an Asian, I just gonna point this out. Here's a picture. There's an Asian redeco of Studio Series Blackout. I really wish I had it. I really wish it got any sort of release outside of China or Asia or however it was released. I would love to have it. Unfortunately, I'm never going to have it. They are repainting this guy into Grindor, though, which is interesting. And they're fixing an issue that this figure has, so that's cool. But anyways, how I usually do this, talk about the robot mode of one, and then the robot mode of the other, and then transform one, and then transform the other. So, we'll start with the original Blackout. Let's just zoom in here. We just gotta look. We just gotta zoom in. That head sculpt is, oh man, it just looks nothing like him. I'm sorry, like, some people may be like, oh, it kind of does, but, like, if you really look at the Studio Series and just compare, it just, like, it doesn't have, like, the mandible. I mean, it sort of does, but, like, it's still so poorly sculpted. It's just, I've never looked at this and been like, oh, that looks exactly like Blackout. And it's got, like, that paint wash that just makes it look really, like, weird and cheap because it has no paint on it otherwise. It's just a really, really weird head sculpt. It's just really weird, and his proportions are also very weird. He has, like, all of the helicopter on his back. Well, not all of it, but most of it. That's because it has a gimmick where it, like, spins when you press the button. Also, there's a Scorponok. But, yeah, man, he's really small. Like, he's about as tall as a deluxe class. That is his height. He's not very big at all. He's just not, man. Here, let me grab a deluxe class on hand here. I'll grab you. Let's grab an older one. And when I say older, I mean we're going old school. Energon Sharkticon. So you can kind of see, like, this is a little slightly smaller of a deluxe. But you can see, like, he's not that tall for a Voyager class. He's not. He's just not. Really cool figure, by the way. I recommend him. But yeah, he's just weird, dude. I mean, he's got the cool detail on the back, which is nice. He's got that detail. He's got the missiles on the shoulders and kind of aim and everything, so that's cool. His arms they've always just been so panely and odd to me and awkward. Something about him and how the shoulders connect. You see how they just, like, float around and everything? He's always just felt like such an odd figure, and then you can see, like, that's kind of the transformation hinge. It doesn't really lock in. His legs, too, they're really flat. Like, they're just really, really flat. I mean, that's how it transforms, but still. It's got this little panel, though. You push that out, and it kind of moves the knee pad a bit. So that's cool. A little bit of detail. But yeah, man, I've never been too big of a fan of this one. That's why after this video, I'm gonna move it on. I'm actually not gonna keep him. And no, don't ask for him. Don't. He will already probably be gone by the time this video goes up. But yeah, I just don't need him anymore. I mean, if I do want the mold again, I'll get it in, like, a repaint. Like, I'll buy Grindor, or I'll rebuy, like, they did another one, like Evac or something. I just don't need another Blackout. But yeah, you can see it's got the cage. It opens it up. And inside there is a very beautifully painted Scorponok that doesn't look horrible whatsoever. It looks really bad, I'm sorry. It's just like this really icky, like light gray plastic. It's like the same plastic color as his hands, probably on the same runner. And they did like this really dark wash on his stinger. It just, I mean, the sculpt's there, but the color and the paint is just really bad. I'm sorry, it just does not look any good. Here, we'll bring in the Studio Series Scorponok just so you can see what I'm talking about. It just looks no good. It just looks no good, man. It's, oh, man. Oof. Anyways. So, yeah, Scorponok, he can, like, he's got a spring in his tail, too, but, like, it doesn't, it sort of does a little bit of a spring, but it's not even long enough to actually, like, reach in front of him. To be fair, though, I don't think this, I mean, Studio Series kind of is. Can sort of, like, reach in front of him, so that's something. Like, barely, just barely, which is good enough, because that's how scorpions sting. They, like, grab them, and then they sting them. So, like, that works. But this, like, he's just stabbing his own back. Not even his own head, his own back. So, yeah, not that good. Honestly, man, like, it's not a bad figure. It's not. I've just never been a big fan of it. I just never have. It's just not that good to me. So yeah, that's him. Pretty much all of his articulation and everything. Oh, he does have one thing I have to show though. You'll probably find him like this more often than not, because he has a weapon. This is weapon, which is cool. It's cool that you can do this, and the Studio Series replicates it in a honestly better way. But you can get out the blades, bend that part down. You've got these holes here. Tab it onto the shoulder, and you've got this handle here rested into the hand, and now you can make him do spinny blade. And I do have to say though, this isn't that good of a figure, but that blade spins beautifully. I mean, look at that. This honestly has to be one of the nicest spinning blades I've ever seen on any Transformers toy. Now granted, yes, it's a very long, very crappy mechanism. And it results in a very big backpack that basically serves as his third leg. But just look at that on the camera, man. It's really going that fast. I don't think it's producing any wind, because I just don't think the blades are really shaped in a way where it can. But still, that's really cool. One thing you have to do, though, you have to find where to pinch it every time you transform it back into robot mode. Like right there, you have to pinch it there. Wish they would have like given a little signal on the blade there, like just a little notch just to show you where to pinch it. But it's all right. It's all good. So yeah, there is the original 2007 Voyager Blackout. Not that good, not that bad, but just not that good. So let's set him off to the side. And he doesn't want to stand like this. He's too heavy. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways, let's bring in Studio Series Leader Class. Big, hefty boy. Oh, you've got him transformed wrong. The legs are supposed to be digidegrade. Digidegrade. I just like him looking a little taller. Okay, leave me alone. But yeah, this is the Studio Series, and he's really nice. He's very, very nice. So, you can see he's just got a lot of panels and moving bits. This is why I've dreaded making this video, because this guy is pretty complicated. And I haven't transformed him in a while, so that'll be fun. Don't worry, you guys will get to sit through all of it. But yeah, I mean, he's got nicer looking arms in my opinion. You can see he does have the blade, but it's the smaller blade, so it kind of makes more sense, you know, as his weapon. And I think he did use it like that too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there's anywhere you can just like tab it for storage though. I guess maybe on his back somewhere possibly, but I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. I think you just have to leave it on his arm and deal with it. I think that's the only real place you can put it. But yeah, I mean, he looks great. His colors are awesome. He's got like the cool skirting in the front. It's head sculpt. Yes, that is Blackout. He's got like that cool looking crab look to him. It's almost like he's got like a vent for a mouth, and he's got like these crab mandibles on the side. Blackout to me has always had one of the coolest head designs. That's why the original 2007 figure just didn't work out for me, man, because he just didn't look that good. You can see this one handles the pop-out panels a lot cooler. I love that. They look like these like, you know, these, I'm trying to think of like the term, like pads, I guess, like like bouncing boards or whatever. His feet, they're definitely bulkier, and you can see it has the bottom of the helicopter on the bottom. So some people don't like how it's just on top of a panel, but it's like, who really cares, dude? It's a foot. You can put whatever you want under the feet of a Transformer. Now, the thing people really don't like, that Grindor is fixing, is his hands. You can see his hands are always, like, grasped like this. He's always got these kind of hands going on. And that's unfortunate that they just designed it like that. Because, I mean, how hard would it have been to really give him a swivel there? I mean, they did. With Grindor, they fixed it, and, like, KO companies ended up fixing it, too. But still, just, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's never really bothered me too much. But I see why it's really bothered a lot of people. I really do. It has this really cool cannon in the front. The original 2007 one does, but it's not nearly as big. You can fold it down, too, if it's kind of in the way on your shelf or whatever. He looks cool. I love how he has all this stuff accumulated on his back. He has this panel back here, but it doesn't seem nearly as intrusive as the, all the stuff that the original one has. He's got a little landing gear there, which is cool. Yeah, he's just a cool figure. I don't think there's too much integration you can do with Scorponok. Maybe. I see these little ports up here. Can you, like, tab them up there? I don't think so. No. I just don't think there's too much integration with Scorponok, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't think there is. There might be. I don't remember. The Scorponok, though, looks so good. The red eyes and the gold and the silver and the gray plastic. And there's, like, multiple shades of gray plastic, too, so really, like, has a lot of variety in color, and I really like that. His articulation is pretty good. He's got ball joint at the head, a little bit of up and down, a little bit of wiggle. He's got multiple hinges at the shoulders, and he's got, like, a butterfly hinge at the shoulder, too, which is really good. It is a little loose, so similar complaint that the old Blackout has. Elbow hinge, he's got swivel. Does he have a waist joint? I don't remember. No, I don't think so. No waist. But you can move those hip skirts out of the way, get his legs forward, get his legs out, really tight ratchets. You can hinge him at the knees. You got the digitigrade for the knee if you want to do that. Then you've got a really nice ankle tilt, and then a lot of up and down too. And look at how that works in tandem with itself. I love that. Just makes him feel so alive. Really awesome figure, honestly. Studio Series started off great. Giving us one of their best leaders in Wave 1. But actually, Wave 1 had Grimlock too, didn't it? So, like, 2 of their best leader class figures were in Wave 1. Grimlock was Wave 1, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was. I think it was Grimlock and Blackout. Man, both those figures are awesome. I might do an old versus new Grimlock at some point. I might, because the old leader Grimlock's super cheap. I might get that. Just, I don't know. It seems like a cool toy that I might enjoy having too, so we'll see. Anyways, though, we've talked about the robot modes long enough. This is where the fun begins. So, you don't necessarily have to take this piece off to transform the original 2007 one, but it just kind of makes life a little easier if you do. One other thing we have to do, though, is take the cage, roll it around, tab it in, boom, there you go. So, what we're left with is this. Basically, we make those flat legs even flatter. We just flatten them out like a pancake. And, this is going to be an ultimate test of how good is J4's memory, because he hasn't transformed this guy in years. I don't know. This is probably the last time I'll transform him, too, which is a shame. So after he has become Flat Boy, then we take his arms and, like, put them in like that, and it does that. These are not instructional things. I like my videos. I say this in a lot of them, but it's like for a lot of people, this is their first video of mine they're watching for Transformers. I don't like tell you how to transform them. I like my videos to give you an idea of what it's like transforming them after you haven't transformed them for a while. So essentially, it's like one part of Transformers that people never really think about is how easy is the transformation to remember. You can see it does have this automorph where, like, this piece, like, folds back and this is supposed to rotate, but I think mine's busted. I'm pretty sure mine's just totally kaput. So, I think, I mean, it still kind of works. Yeah, it works. What am I doing? It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't have the effect that I feel like it should. So then we'll do that, and then we'll do this. And, I mean, it's pretty much already done. This guy's not too difficult to transform, because, I mean, most of the alt mode is his backpack. He's one of those. He's one of those where if you lose his weapon, he is essentially pretty you know, pretty crippled without it. So yeah, if you lose his weapon, you are left with this as your Blackout helicopter mode, which is horrible. But thankfully, I have the weapon. I can put it in, and then we can readjust the propellers again. These things can also fall out very easily too, so if you're looking for this, make sure he's got all the propellers. And there we go. Here's Blackout in helicopter mode. Boop! Scorponok. That is actually a cool feature. If you deploy Scorponok, he will actually land face up. So that's cool, and then you can just scurry away. So yeah, they definitely put some effort into that feature, and I think that's really cool. I'm really happy they did that. And also, this is cool, and this propeller does not get in the way of it. And also, these are like tight enough where the propellers aren't just gonna get out of line when you do that. Honestly, man, really fun helicopter mode. You can tell they pretty much sacrificed to the robot to make a fun helicopter. I hate to say it, but they definitely made some sacrifices there. Really cool figure, though. You know, it's not that good. It's not that bad, but it is cool. It has some charm to it. Oh, I thought those flipped out. They don't. They just kind of sit there. But this flips out, though. Does have that flip out landing gear. So yeah, it's not that good. It's not that bad. It is pretty cool, though. It's charming. It's the original 2007 Transformer. It's charming. But see, I just don't need it in my life anymore. If I want the mold again, I'll rebuy it as a different character. So, I guess we'll look at the Studio Series and then do a final comparison, and then I'll say goodbye to this precious boy. So, Studio Series, then. This guy is going to be not fun. This is not going to be fun. This is going to be... I mean, it might not be as bad as I remember. It might not be. So I know this comes off, and then that'll flip out. So we got that. And then I don't even know where to begin. I genuinely do not even know where to begin. So I'll flip these, and then... I don't know why I just never bothered to transform this guy. I don't know. He just never seemed like one of those figures that I wanted to take off the shelf and like, I'm going to have fun with you. He just never, you know, was one of those. He was one of those where I looked at him and I'm like, ooh, he's pretty. And then kind of left it at that. Okay, so I think his legs, probably flip those out. Okay, I think we're making a progress here. I think we are, right? Right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this panel's also doing something. Okay, that flips out like that. Oh my gosh. And then... yeah, this is definitely one of those movie Transformers where it's like, good luck. And see, like, this is the reason I put it off for so long, because I just... man, I got nothing. Okay, something happens with this. Like, the panel flips or whatever. Yeah, the panel flips. Okay. Yikes. I would have never really remembered that. Well, I did. Well, I didn't remember it. I figured it out. Because I'm big brain. Okay, so we have that. And then we'll do the same to this side. Then that different panel flips out. Okay. And then yeah, we're making progress, I think. We're making a difference. Whoop, okay. Okay, his arm is totally exploded. Yikes. Okay. Okay, so I think his arm is gonna... I think his arm... Whew, okay, I can do this, Okay, his arm is gonna go like that. Okay. Arm goes like this. And then this panel will be on the side of the helicopter. Okay. And then this panel will do that, and then something happens with his head. His head has to go away somehow. Head, how do you go away? Ooh, I'll go away when I want to go away. It's not really useful to me, Blackout, because I see this panel here that's gonna have to go. And see, his head has to fold down somehow. Man, Transformers are so fun. Like, they're puzzles, dude. They're puzzles. That's what they are. Okay, I have made a progress. Oh, does his head, like... oh, that's so cool. It slides down. Oh, that's sweet. See, look, I'm rediscovering it because it's been so long since I've transformed him. Oh, man. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And then... See, that's why the hand is so flat, because that just... I mean, they could have put a hinge in there, or they could have put a swivel. I see why they made the decision not to, but I don't think they realized how much fans really wouldn't like that. Oh, I like how that's painted, too. You see that? How that's painted? Didn't even really realize that. It's a nice color contrast. Nice contrast of color to the action figure. And then we'll get that kind of... Hey, we're getting there, dude. I think we're looking at something, right? I think we're looking at something. We're starting to look at something. It's actually starting to look like a helicopter of sorts. Okay. I don't know why I was so afraid to transform this guy. He's not that bad. He's definitely complicated. He's definitely a movie leader class. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. This guy is definitely 100% a movie leader class. Like, he is worthy of the mantle, complicated movie leader class. But he's, you know, he's no, like, Sentinel Prime so far, where, like, nothing's lining up and I'm freaking out. I don't know why, like, Sentinel Prime, I've just struggled with that figure constantly. I've just never had really good luck with him. I mean, Revenge of the Fallen Optimus, I've conquered that beast. But... man, something about Sentinel Prime. I could never figure him out. Okay, so I'm starting to, like, get the form of it here, but we still have to do something about the legs. The legs still need to, like, go away. So I think they'll end up folding in like this. And then I think something's going to have to give with the... Maybe there is no deal with, like, the multi-hinges. Maybe it's just the legs need to be that long. Okay, I've flipped that the wrong way. Just to reach to the other end of the helicopter. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think the legs just need to be that long. Yep. Okay, good. Because I'm like, do I need to do any more, like, complex hinging and all that? The answer is no. I am good. You are good, my son. You do not have to panic. Thank you, Sensei. Okay. You guys see the Ninja Turtle movie pack that they're doing? Of, Rokusaki and Hamato Yoshi. That's cool. I don't think I'm going to get it, though. I don't know. It just seems too obscure. A lot of toy companies have been making a lot of obscure stuff lately. And it's like, man, I'm kind of... It's like for my TMNT stuff, give me the most iconic things. I don't need them. Give me the iconic stuff. And we'll leave it at that. That was a bit of a tangent. I'm sorry. But hey, we're getting there. Dude, look! We're getting there! I feel so accomplished. Okay, that panel's not really lining up super well, but that's alright. Why is it not lining up? That's like right there. Maybe that is kind of in the way? I don't know. Hey, see that? That panel's not really lining up. Okay, so this guy's definitely panel-y at the end. Yep, he's fighting me. He's one of those. He's one of those where at the end you just gotta fight all the panels that aren't lining up. And then we'll get these parts right there. Then why is that not lined up? That's like a part of the same assembly. That should be like perfectly tabbed in. Maybe it's because of how it's been like maybe slightly bent in robot mode for years. Maybe that's why. Because, you know, some pieces of plastic just do that. Oh my goodness, you see that? He just totally came undone right there. He's one of those. He's one of those where, like, you touch him in one spot. Because, see, look at all that that's just compressed in there. So much is just deeply compressed that, you know, one wrong move and everything's going to kind of blow up. But, have we done it? I think we've done it. Man, those helicopter blades are really stiff. Oop, almost. Oh, no. No. Don't be one of those, man. Don't be. Do not be one of those. Someone's going to be like, oh, it's because you didn't have this thing perfectly lined up. You know what? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Okay. Are we good? We're good. We're good. We're in. We're in, boys. And then this piece attaches like this. Whoop. Come on, there we go. There we go. And then I think Scorponok actually can integrate. Yeah, he can go in. He can go in there. At least I think so. I don't know if that's how he goes in. I'm assuming this is how he goes in. Watch him untap while I'm trying to do this. Dude, it looks like he goes in like that. Why is he not going in? Oh, he goes the other way. Okay. Okay. I get it. Why wouldn't you want to see his, like, his pretty side? Oh, well. And then I guess the tail just kind of... All right. We did it. Whew. Deep breath. Deep breath. Studio Series Blackout in helicopter mode. Yeah. I figured it out on my own. Not easy. I'm scratching my head because I got all itchy from having to do that. Yeah, it's a very, very big helicopter mode. It is huge. It is freaking huge, dude. Like, look at that. The Studio Series is massive. It's like twice as long. I seriously do think it is... Nah, it's not twice as long. It's like 2/3 as long, something like that. Yeah, man, it looks gorgeous. The Studio Series one is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it tabs in together pretty well. There's still that piece that's not lined up for whatever reason. Maybe it's because that part right there, I can see that part isn't lined up. So maybe if I would get that lined up, that would line up better. That's just a theory, though. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I don't... That's probably my issue. Oh, well. No biggie. At least I found it. At least I identified it. I'm not going to fully dismantle him just to fix that. But yeah, Studio Series Blackout. Really cool copter mode. The blades look gorgeous. They don't... Oh my goodness. Okay. They don't spin very freely. Definitely meant more for, like, display than play. They just, you know, they're there. They look gorgeous. That's what they do. Thankfully, I do not think they collide with the back blade. I mean, if they would, that'd be a problem. Okay, they do not. That's one thing that some helicopter toys do. You know, the stabilizer blade and the main propeller, they collide. That's just the dumbest thing ever. How can you engineer it that poorly? But yeah, there we go. Really cool. He's really hollow. That's like all hollow space right there just to integrate Scorponok. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But still, definitely an endeavor. And honestly, the original 2007 one, I feel like goes together a little more compactly and cleanly, I do have to admit. But it's way simpler and it's not nearly as good. So, this old versus new, about half an hour. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry this one took so long. These two figures are just, you know, a little intricate, especially the Studio Series is very complex. So, which one do I recommend? Studio Series, hands down. Way, way better. I mean, the original 2007 has its perks. It has, like, really cool gimmicks, and it's, you know, it's cool, it's fun, but it's not very good. The robot mode isn't very pleasing. The helicopter mode's cool and fun. I can definitely give it that. But, like, the robot mode just sacrifices so much, and I just don't think it's worth it. It's definitely one of those 2007 figures that's on the dicier side of things. It's still good, though. It's still good. It's just not that good. It's just not, you know, it's not that good. Alrighty, there we go. Another old versus new in the bag. This one took a while, and I knew it would. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.